G'day everybody. Welcome back to the Building Empires podcast. Man, it's been crazy times here in Melbourne, Victoria, and I know I've been slack with the content, but I hope I can explain a bit about what's been happening and in this episode. So before we get into today's episode, as always, let's roll that intro. Let's go. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. G'day everybody, and welcome to the Building Empires podcast. I'm your host Jace. You ready to talk some shit or what? Let's go. Yeah, nice. Well. G'day everybody. Welcome back to the Building Empires podcast. Man, it's been crazy times here in Melbourne, Victoria. We've just moved into stage 4 restrictions, which has meant that we can only go to work if we're permitted to do so. We can only go to the shops one time per day, and it can only be one member of the family per day too. We have a curfew now, so nobody can be out past 8 p.m. In between the hours of 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. Without, unless it's for work or to give care or to get care. And I guess for those mums who like to go for a walk and those who like to exercise, at least an hour per day, you can only go out an hour per day and you can't go further than 5K. So, it's been a bit hard, I guess, especially on mothers that like to, have that daily walk just to release a bit of stress. It's been especially hard on them. But I guess necessary to help, flatten the curve. We've seen so many crazy things happen, and I guess since moving to restrictions, stage 4 restrictions, and the deeper that we go into these restrictions, it's just been too crazy, and I know it's been hectic on a lot of families. I know it's been difficult for a lot of family, for those who have made be redundant. There's no more work. It's hard to find food and supplies because, a lot of people are just bulk buying and, trying to stock up and all that. And I guess that's what kind of inspired me to write this episode. So today's episode, I'm going to be talking about just being grateful and ways that we can show gratitude. And it's something that I've been practicing, and I guess I hope that what we talk about today, if you start practicing it in your lives, it'll help you out just to be grateful for what you have. And a good quote is, gratitude turns what we have into enough. So if we're able to just, accept that what we have is what we have and that it's enough to, I guess, survive or just to get by, then it just lightens the load, makes you feel a whole lot better. So, and there's a perfect song to move us into this episode too, so let's roll it.
You taught me everything about being faithful. I thank God every day for you because I'm grateful. And I'm gonna make it home, and I'ma be there in a little while. Can't wait for the day I see you smile. Said I'ma make it home, and I'ma be there in a little while. Can't wait for the day I see you smile.
What a tune, bruh. Shout out to Blue Boy. That song is called Grateful. And in that song, he talks about, it's been a year that's passed since, a special lady, a special woman in his life left this earth. And I guess all he spoke about he reminisced about all the good times that they shared, and he's just, grateful to have been able to spend time with her. And obviously, he can't wait till they meet, in the next life. And I thought that song was absolutely fitting during these times. I guess, as life goes on, we can be a little bit complacent in how we, live. And I guess this is a great way, just being grateful for what you have and to show gratitude. It's a great way that we can strip things back and just help us refocus and, hone in on the reasons why we do things. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about, things that we're thankful for and grateful for, little things that we can do just to show gratitude. And it's going to be a banger. So I guess, during these trying times, it's been difficult. And so we're going to be going through a few things that we do that we can practice, like I mentioned before, to help us get through. So the first thing, that I've been doing, and I've spoken about this already before, is just setting time aside each day to write down things that I'm thankful for. And I've mentioned this before in previous podcasts where me and Mon keep a journal, and not together, obviously. But in this journal or in this diary, we write every day things that we're thankful for. And for me, I guess if you stroll back the last couple of months, I've been writing the same 3 to 5 things every day. So the first thing I'm thankful for always is being alive. And I know a lot of people take this for granted, just being able to wake up the next day. I guess, I've lost a lot of friends, a lot of family along the way who are younger than me or the same age. And every time that does happen, it makes me feel even more grateful to be able just to live. And it kind of just, puts things in perspective where, their time has been cut short. They had so much to give. So it's up to those who are still alive to just carry on the torch and to make sure that we're not wasting the days that we have, left on this earth without getting too deep. So I'm always grateful just to be alive. There are people who are alive and they may be living with something such as a disability or terminal illness, and that should make you feel even more grateful to not be experiencing the things that they might be experiencing, and hopefully that puts some sort of perspective to not be careless with your life and to not take it for granted. And it's something that I don't take for granted. I'm only 26, and lately I've been thinking about like what happens if I die, who's going to look after my kids, who's the unlucky soul that has to put up with Mon. Nah, just kidding, love you, Mon. But it's just been crazy, and I shouldn't be thinking these things when I'm 26, but I guess I always talk about staying woke, and I'm always thinking forward. I'm trying to build for our future, and these are the things that always creep into my mind. But as long as I continue to be thankful and grateful for being to be able to be alive, for being able to be living, then that's a good step, I guess. The second thing that I always write down is I'm grateful for Mon. And by extension of Mon, I'm grateful for her family too. Mon recently, became redundant, and it didn't stop her from finding other financial and monetary ways where she can still provide an income. I know losing her job, not losing her job, but being made redundant and not getting a redundancy pay kind of sucked, kind of didn't help at all, but they fell under a small business and they don't have to pay redundancy packages. So for just a quick tip, life tip, if you're in a small business, so a small business is anywhere between under 15 employees or something like that. If you work for a business like this, please make sure you have a redundancy package, because during times like this, a company that Mon's worked 8 years plus for can just do this to you. It's so crazy. Even though they have helped out in many other ways, I guess this is like the minimum that you ask for if you're going to be made redundant. And so that's a life tip. If you work for a small business, make sure that you have some sort of redundancy package in place, because when things like this do happen, which they can, you'd never know how it's going to affect you. But anyways, I'm grateful for Mon, for everything that she does for our little family, and by extension, everything that her family does for us. Her mum and her sisters are always coming around. They cook, they clean, they help out with the kids tremendously, and I kind of find it hard to tell them this in person because I'm shy like that. And when it comes to them, I don't know why. But yeah, if you watch this, thank you for everything that you do. Know that I appreciate you, we appreciate you, and we love you. And yeah, thank you for everything you do for us. I wish I could have the courage to say that to their face. But anyways, if you watch this, then yeah, you know who I'm talking to. But yeah, Mon, I'm thankful for everything she does for our little family. She knows that I could help out more around the house, I guess, and do more things. But she always just gets it done, does the necessary things that we need in order for us to survive, I guess. And she does a lot for the kids, for our own household, and like at the same time while she's trying to pursue her own dreams and goals. So I'm forever thankful for you. Know that I love you, and yeah, can't wait to see what the future has in store for us, mate. Third thing that I write down is I'm grateful for my kids. I guess before me and Mon had kids, I was running Nicholas Inc. We were saving for a house deposit, and we were also renting at the same time. And at that time, all I was focused on was the business. What can I do? How can we, create an income while I was working full time? And I guess when we found out the news that, Mon was pregnant with my baby girl Halia, I guess it changed everything, changed our whole perspective in life. And, because of that, we had to change the reason why we do things. And it was one of the main reasons why I stopped doing Nicholas Inc., because I wanted to focus on my family, wanted to focus on making sure that I can, create a good enough foundation for my kids and also for Mon. So, I'm forever grateful for them, even though they've been, sometimes you want to rip your head out or smash your head against the wall. They teach you love, they teach you patience, they teach you kindness. And without that, these kids have been, they're the reason why we do everything. And if you need to find out your reasons why, when you do have kids, you understand. And you understand why your parents used to do the things that they used to do, which might have not made sense to you then, but it makes sense to you once you become a parent. So I love you, my kids, Halia and Legacy. I hope one day when you watch this back, you understand that, everything that me and Mum have done for you, it's to help benefit you and put you in a better place. So you're able to, pursue the stuff that you want to pursue. But yeah, I love yous, and can't wait to see what happens with yous as we move, forward in life. It's going to be crazy because yous are already pain in the asses. So yeah, I love you so much. The next thing that I write down that I'm thankful for all the time is just being able to have a roof over my shoulders, over my head, for me and my kids and Mon, and have electricity when I need it, water when I need it, food when I need it. Just these little things, these little necessities just to keep us surviving, I guess, in a way. I'm just grateful to be able to be in a position where I can provide that. And, that moves us into my last point where I wouldn't be able to provide that if I didn't have a stable income. So I'm grateful to have a job. And there's a lot of people who have lost their jobs during this time, either being made redundant or there's no work. And I'm just grateful to still be able to be in a position where I'm still working a stable job, have a stable income, and I can still provide for my family. And there's nothing more important during this time. And I guess I'm kind of stuck in between the manufacturing construction industries where as time goes on, they're moving into even more and more restrictions. So there might be a point in time where I don't have work, but I know that, there are government incentives that can help cover us, but also that we're in a good enough position where if I wasn't working, that we'd still be able to survive over the next 2, 3, maybe even pushing 4 months. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that me and Mon's able to set up ourselves this way where, because we are forward thinkers, we plan ahead, that we're able to provide this for our family. So, and those are the things that I'm always grateful for. And without them, they're my whys, they're my reasons why I do things. And I guess without having them at the forefront of my mind, I wouldn't have no direction or drive to fulfill or pursue the things in life that I want to pursue. So yeah, that moves us into our second point. And our second point is about telling people thank you when they do something kind for you, no matter how small the deed is. And a lot of people don't know how important this is, just saying thank you to someone for doing something little. Like little things like someone helps you out at work or whatever, just giving them a phone call or sending them a quick email saying thanks, or just saying replying thanks to in all your emails, no matter what it is. Just these little things that you can tell, and you don't know how it's going to brighten their day. For if your wife or your husband, whoever stays home, the other one comes to work. When they come home, you don't be like my dad and look around for things that people haven't done yet and then pick on that. Be like Jace, where maybe he come home and the house is clean, the house is dirty, but dinner's been cooked. You just say thanks for cooking dinner, like little things like that. Some people expect it of their partners, but if you can just say thank you for those little things, like one little thing that I do, and I know a lot of people don't do, is when someone lets you in, like when you're merging. I always give them 2 waves. So I give them one in the mirror, say cheers bro, they can't hear me, and I want my window down, and I always give them a hand out the window. And little things like this, just so you can show people that a little bit of gratitude and thank you. These little things go a long way, because there's a lot of people who cut you off and it just makes you want to get out the car and just ram the head into the back of something. But I guess for those instances when someone lets you in, just do something little like that, or even like someone holds the door open for you and you just say thank you, man, thanks for doing that, or whatever. Just these little things, and you tell people thank you. It's going to make you feel a lot better, and also it's going to, I guess, even telling your kids like please and thank you, showing them manners and stuff. This instills, a sort of profile in them. It gives them a sense of identity, so then they can continue to carry on this momentum. So yeah. Always say thank you. Doesn't matter how little the things are. Always say thank you and be grateful. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is, build gratitude around you with the small, daily, unexpected, undeserved acts of love, compassion, grace, and forgiveness. And I guess for this instance, it's about doing the little things that are unexpected, little random acts of kindness. I guess goes a long way. It kind of ties into point number 2, but in this one, I'm talking about, like I said, holding the door open for someone. These little things, sending an email to someone that you work with, or just calling them, just to see how they are. Like people might think when you call them it's about work, but it's something that I've done at my job too, where I check on my close friends at work. I give them a call, give them an email, whatever, and we just talk for half an hour, whatever, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, just to catch up, just to see how everyone's doing during these times. One other thing that I've done, I started to do a live episode, which I started last week, where I just want to go live and talk to people just to see how they're doing during these times. We can't go visit our family and friends, but there's always different ways that you can stay connected. And I feel like that's a really important thing that we need to do during these trying times, is not feel apart or isolated because of where we are physically, but to stay connected, I guess now digitally, and connected with everyone, just to still have that sense of community amongst us, even though we're isolated. So I think it's really important. So I guess give your mate a call, give your friend a call, email someone at work just to see how they're doing, or before you're asking someone a question, ask them how they are, how's things, before you get into the nitty-gritty stuff for work. So yeah, there's other stuff. Pick up after yourself. If you're like me, every time you have a shower, you just leave your clothes on the floor, and then magically, when you go to have a shower, next, they're not there anymore. Just pick up after yourself. If you see rubbish out on, like while you're walking around or doing something, just little stuff like that, picking up the rubbish, not complaining. That's another thing. And I want to put a challenge out there. I know it's so hard to not complain, but for this week, I'm going to try and not complain for a whole week. And it's going to be a tough one because I don't complain much, but when I complain, I think I make a big deal about it. So shout out to everyone who watches this, but we're going to go from today moving forward. We're going to try and do a challenge where we don't complain for 1 week. And I think it's going to make us feel more grateful and show a lot more gratitude, to people. And so building gratitude around you with small daily unexpected things. Go and buy a gift, a thoughtful gift for someone. Obviously if you're in Victoria and Melbourne, during the times when you can shop, just doing these little things is enough to show that you're grateful for what you have, and to show gratitude to people that you love. And I guess, just to close off, there's 86,400 seconds in a day, and it only takes like 1 to 2, maybe 3 seconds just to say thank you to someone. So don't, use your time wisely, and don't forget to say thanks to someone, I guess, who deserves it, especially your loving partners or people that you work with, close family and friends. So another thing that you can do is give your family a call, or give your mom and dad a call, tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate them for everything that they've done for you, just these little things. And I know it's going to brighten up their day and make them feel a whole lot better. So I guess those are the stuff that I'm trying to practice in my life, and I hope that if you put this into your life, it'll influence you to be more grateful for what you have, and actually to show gratitude to the people around you. If you've liked this episode so far, please like, comment, and share this episode. This will be out on all platforms. Thank you for everyone who's always been supporting the podcast. I love you so much. I know it's been crazy. I've been trying to start like a few things, but we can't because of the restrictions. So we're gonna keep pushing forward. But yeah, just show a little bit of humility in your life, a bit of empathy. It doesn't take much to say thank you to someone, and I hope you just continue to do the things that you do for the people that you love. If that makes sense. So back again, let's end off with that quote again. So gratitude turns what we have into enough. So I guess if you can be grateful for what little you have and accept it and being content with it, then you'll be much more at peace, and there's be a bit more, inner peace, and you'll learn to love life and, be grateful for the time that you get to have on this earth. So yeah, thank you for watching this episode. As I said, follow the Building Empires podcast if you think this is a good episode. I guess give us a thumbs up. I'd love to know all your thoughts in the comments below. I guess share this podcast. If you have any thoughts, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, if there's any other topics that you would like me to talk about, let me know. And I always find trouble in ending podcasts. So anyways, thank you for everyone for listening. Must keep going up. Stay safe during these times. Make sure you sanitize and stay alive. Wear your mask where you have to. And I guess always people stay woke and keep chasing. Let's go.
Everything about being faithful. I thank God every day for you because I'm grateful. And I'm gonna make it home and I'ma be there in a little